Chucky was not lying when he said you just can't keep a good guy down. And even more respect to Don Mancini for, telling us that after the Chucky series was canceled after like 3 seasons, Chucky would be back. Don Mancini, low key, is one of the fucking MVPs of the horror genre, yo. Like, I think the first Child's Play, Tom Holland directed that movie. And then I think John Lafia was the dude's name that did part two. I cannot remember who did part three. Ronnie Yu did part four. And then I think Don Mancini stepped into the driver's seat with Seed of Chucky, which a lot of people, I know it's some choice words for that movie. Trust me, I'm one of those people that have choice words for it, even as silly as this goddamn series has been from the rip. And then Don Mancini just didn't take his foot off the gas at that point, man. He did Curse of Chucky after that, which was like a soft reboot, but then you see that it is all connected to the previous movies, man, which was fucking genius. Then he did Cult of Chucky, which went crazy, but the whole mental institution setting, Chucky just being even crazier than before and kind of getting back into, I guess, what people loved about Chucky, like with the one-liners and the humor and shit like that, because they dialed down on that in Curse, but in Cult they went crazy again. Then we got the TV show. I don't think I finished. Did I finish season two? I want to say yeah, I finished season two. I did not start season three at all, but I did spoil the ending for myself, and that ending, as wild and silly as that show is, the ending for season three is kind of disturbed the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm like, I don't know how you follow that up. That was a weird image to see for the couple of seconds it was on screen, but like we knew, and then they had the reboot, which Don Mancini felt some type of way he didn't have anything to do with, or at least I think he did. Don't quote me on that, but like when they said Chucky wasn't done, I'm like, yeah, obviously Chucky's not done. You can't. They're going to make another movie. Don Mancini's going to find a way, whether it's got to be, whether it's got to go straight to streaming. I didn't know it was going to come to theaters. I did not know. And I feel like that is a breath of fresh air, because ever since, I think Seed of Chucky was the last one to be in the theater, the last two feature length films went straight to like DVD or something like that. But Chucky coming back on the big screen, man, I think that's major. The series is ridiculous. It went off the rails, but I respect the shit out of Don Mancini for keeping the continuity throughout this entire franchise, man. I always talk about Scream, and I give a lot of credit to Saw as far as continuity goes, and just a story that you can kind of follow and they leave no stone unturned. I do not really give, I guess because it's one of them franchises you can't really take too seriously, I don't really give the credit that's due to the Child's Play series for just having consistency for the most part, as far as the characters popping back up, the story staying like fluid and shit like that. But my thoughts was, you gotta have Chucky either meet Megan, and you got to crossover with, was Megan Blumhouse, I think, or you got to take Chucky into space. I feel like Chucky in space at this point is a must for me. Certain horror icons, I feel like it's time for y'all to, it's time for y'all to, see the sights a little bit, man. You've done everything that there has to have been done on planet Earth. Like, it's time for y'all. Y'all need some space, like literally. Jason, if it was up to me, I wouldn't have taken Jason in space, even though they've done, like, over the course of 9 movies, they did a lot of shit, and they were just like, fuck it, let's just take him to space. Pinhead is like whatever. I like the backstory with the box and all of that shit and the descendants of that character, but Pinhead in space was kind of weird. Leprechaun in space, I didn't care, because it was a dumbass idea to begin with, and the movies are silly, not to be taken seriously. So Leprechaun in space, I didn't care. That shit is hilarious. Second funniest in the series. Michael Myers, I don't want in space. I don't want Freddy in space. I don't want like Candyman in space and shit. But Chucky in space, I feel like would be, you just might have one of the funniest Child's Play entries on your hands if you put him in space. But I don't think they're going to do that. I think that with all the characters that came back, I'm not sure who made it or who didn't, because like I said, I didn't see season three. But with all the characters that came back, spoiler alert. Actually, I'm not even gonna spoil it, because there's people that haven't seen the TV series at all. But we do get returning characters for sure, and it is I think it's kind of special when they pop up from time to time, whether it's reoccurring or whether it's just a one-off type of thing. But I think that there's still, as silly as the series is, man, I think this is a series that's got a lot more left in the tank, to be completely honest, man. And I love the comments from Don Mancini when he said that he wants to go back to making Chucky scary. Chucky's never been scary to somebody like me, but if we're being completely honest, the only one that tried to really be scary, that tried to really scare you with a ridiculous concept, was the original. That's as far as I'll go. That's like with the Friday the 13th franchise. The idea of a killer on a campground is scary, but the rest of the movies, they just get more fun, if anything, and they do get silly. Like I said, Jason X, Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason Goes to Hell is just fucking bonkers. But Chucky's one of those things that's never been scary. But if he wants to take the horror elements from the original, and he put an emphasis on taking the horror elements from Curse of Chucky, because Curse of Chucky, man, while I give credit to the first one for being kind of scary, Curse of Chucky, Don Mancini said he wanted to purposely make it one dark and stormy night, one house, this family that's in there that's already going through some fucked up shit, low key, whether it's adultery, whether it's, with Nika in a wheelchair, whatever the case may be. But Chucky is in the mix of it. They brought back that whole Chucky did it type of thing. Nobody believes nobody about it. And Curse of Chucky has great horror movie atmosphere to it. So if we're going back to that on the big screen, I'm not saying it could be scary. Like I said, not for somebody like me, but it could be a hit that Don Mancini will have on his hands, yo. And I'm here for it. But we all know, like, it don't work without Brad Dourif. It doesn't work without Brad Dourif. I think the upside of having him be just the voice actor for Chucky is the fact that he doesn't have to get in the makeup chair like everybody. I know everybody wants Robert Englund to come back, Doug Bradley to come back as Pinhead, and Robert Englund to come back as Freddy, so on and so forth. But they're older now, man. They are senior citizens now. They can't be in and out of that makeup chair like that. Brad Dourif just has to do his ADR. You know what I'm saying? When the movie's all said and done, or whatever the case may be, however they do it. I also feel like you got to have Jennifer Tilly. At this point, Jennifer Tilly's character Tiffany, whether it's a doll, whether it's her in the flesh all a mesh, it does not work without her either. You need Chucky and Tiffany in here. Now, whether I don't know what the fuck they did with Nika, because the last I saw of Nika in that Child's Play series, man, I don't know. But he still said that he wants to keep the continuity going. He wants to keep the story going. The TV show is included. All of the sequels prior are included. Don Mancini for the fucking win, man. I said there's a lot more left in the tank. I'm not gonna say they should do this many more Child's Play sequels and then be done with it. Fuck it, man. Ride it till the wheels fall off. Let's Fast and Furious this thing, man. Because it's been what, 4, 5, 6, 7 feature-length films and 3 seasons of a TV show, 1 reboot. Let's keep it going. And I feel like this might be the revenge of Don Mancini, because he probably looked at that Child's Play reboot and was like, man, like, my shit's going straight to DVD and VOD, and y'all did this. Like, I don't know his feedback on it. I personally liked the 2019 Child's Play reboot. I thought that it was going to be ass cheeks, but it was actually, it did what a reboot's supposed to do. It has nods to the original, but it set itself aside completely with changing the name and having them be like this high-tech thing. It was basically like if Alexa was a fucking doll and could access everything and hack into stuff, and he hacks into toys at the end of it. It was a solid enough reboot, but Don Mancini said, nah, he said, Daddy's home, Papa's got a brand new bag, so let's get it, man. I'm excited to see Chucky come back. Whether he's in space, whether he goes up against Megan, whether fucking Warwick Davis pops up. I think I just played myself, because isn't Warwick Davis a senior citizen now? He can't get in and out of that makeup chair anymore. You would have to bring fucking, who's the other Leprechaun actor? Hornswoggle? No, that was the one that everybody hates, Leprechaun Origins. Damn, what was the dude from Leprechaun Returns? I don't know. Somebody let me know in the comments. I just veered off course, and I feel like I'm about to go cross-eyed. But yeah.